Oh, this is kind of hard to do because I got this into my gut. You can hear. That's varnish. You'll tell when you get the wood, you'll see the difference. But kind of like a draw knife. But I don't really like using that. I've had better luck just sitting there doing with this one. It is razor sharp. I don't know if you can see the color of the wood changing, but you can sure see how much more I can get off there in a hurry. Look at that. See where it almost was stopped there? I peeled it up. So that's razor sharp. It's almost like a razor blade. I mean, I really put a lot of this. Was a high quality old butcher knife that got broke. I have a video on it, and my longtime viewers have seen it. So let's get to work. We'll bring it back when this thing's all done and oiled, and then that'll be the end of this video. The next video you'll see is when I start wet sanding the paint off here somewhat and clean this up and put the edge on it. So we're happy though for $20 for something this nice. That says like US and like an 8. I don't know what the number is. 18. US and 18. I'll probably take a picture of it and you can decide for yourself what you think it is. So get it a little bit straighter. See what you think that is. That's what I guessed it was. Okay, like I said, let's talk more work. When I come back, it'll be all done and it'll be all oiled. Because I showed you the basics of what I use and sandpaper and stuff. So if you've never done it, you get a pretty good idea. Like I said, just be careful when you drop your knife. You're going to make, I've already done it. I had to sand out little bitty marks where I drop the blade. It makes like a little gouge because that's sharp. So, enough yak. More work. Okay, here's a tip worth mentioning. Sorry if this part's going to be a long video. This is rubbing alcohol. Remember, it'll raise the grain and you'll have to resand it. It's kind of hard to tell in the light. But if you look, see where this is, this color? You're getting the frame here. See where it's that color? There's still some varnish in there. I mean, I've scraped a lot of wood. Excuse me, my voice is really bad. Excuse me, again. It almost feels sticky. If you put alcohol on here like here, and you, especially with these gloves, and they're kind of grippy, it'll feel like glue when you get the alcohol on there. We'll wet it one more time. Maybe we'll get up here and get it a little bit more shade. We did a lot of work down here. This was so rough down here that I scraped a lot of wood with my little knife instead of sanding. It was rough. These things were not sanded smooth before they varnished them. That's how they're cheating on them, but not complaining. It's worth the money to retune it. Like I said, you'll feel it. I'm feeling here and I get up in here, it's either going to feel real slick or it's going to feel gooey and sticky. It's sticky. It feels like glue right there. But just 91%. That's the only type I use to clean stuff. So if you got a really good knife, I said, this thing is not really dulling. This was a nice old butcher knife. I cannot tell you the name of it. It was some off name that I made this a couple winters ago. So it's not really getting dull. You can tell how it's got that extra micro edge. It went through my work sharpener. It went through the honing belts. So yes, it's like a razor blade. It will cut you. And when you get up in here, you can almost tell when you scrape it. It feels gooey and sticky. That's real gummy and sticky. See that? That's still varnished. Just some tips that's worth putting in here. I mean, I don't want to make real long videos. People don't want to watch real long videos, but that's your trick. Rubbing alcohol is your friend. It'll evaporate almost instantly, especially in a hot wood stove going here. It's like 75 degrees in here. So we're going to throw that in there, and I said, that's it. When we come back, it's going to be done in oil. Like I said, I had a lot of work to do in here. This was really rough. I would have sanded all day long. Beware using 80 grit. Go one direction. Down here I had to go two different directions. Then take your finer grits and make it smooth. It don't have to be as smooth as glass. It doesn't have to be that. It's just an axe. You'd want a little grip, but we're dying to be all oiled. So stay tuned. Okay, and we are done. It's not super shiny because I wiped it off so I could handle it. We're going to be like every 2 days put a coat on. This is the best side. I did round these over. All they did was just chamfer the edges, and it did not look good at all, so I actually smoothed it with the 80 grit. And because if you hit that with something, you might split it out. So we did do that too. Take a picture of that so you can see how the grain's running. This side's a little bit odd, like how that looks, but just a tool we're going to use. The next video will be cleaning this head off, taking some of this paint off, smooth it, making it look a little better. So there you go. I'll snap some photos of it. See if we can get here in the light so it doesn't. So there you go. Like I said, the next video will be doing the head of it. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry if this was a real long video, but I wanted to put in as many good tips and stuff in there that I do to do this, in case someone's never done this before. So thanks again for watching.